All right, first off, sorry for my voice. I have a cold, but I'm trucking along, so here we go. We're talking about Jason Mraz. I'm yours, at least the main chord progression, and in this video, the little opening lead line thing that's not too challenging, but does have a little few technique things that we need to talk about. So, first start off, it's all on the top two strings. Everything about this happens on the top two strings, and it's always two strings playing at the same time. So we're going to start off with here on the 7th fret, which should be your either second or third dot, depending on your guitar. Right here, and you're going to play and pluck that, slide up to 9, and then go back to 7. Now, there's a couple of things about this that I want to point out. First off, we're only plucking here on what's on 7, so we're plucking, sliding, and then coming back to 7 and plucking again. Now, the part that's going to make this important is what's going on behind the guitar. If you notice, I try to keep my thumb still. So I pluck it, move it up, and come back. I don't put my thumb up here, because that's hard to grip that way, so make sure your thumb's not poking out here. It's really right behind my finger, so I'm pinching. Also, make sure I have a thumb on there. Some people like to try to not have a thumb on the guitar and just use pressure this way. You're always pinching between your fingers to make this work. So it's important to keep your thumb there. So that's the first one. After that one, we do the second one is very similar, where we pluck the 7 again and slide up to 9. But instead of coming back to 7, we instead go back here to 6, and we're going to put our first finger here on the first string, 6th fret, and our second finger up here on the second string, 7th fret. Now, a very, very, very common mistake is to flip those two, okay? So you want your first finger on the first string and your second finger on the second string, okay? If you flip them, you get a really nasty chord. Not what the song's about, okay? So a cheat on that one you can do. I don't find it easy for me just because of the way I've learned the guitar, but if you do, you can slide up to 7 and slide that back, keeping it this way, and just add that finger. So you're really pushing down 2 with this hand and adding that finger. That way you ain't going to manipulate anything. All right, after you've got here, the third one, we're going to pluck this again. And then slide down here to 4th fret. We're going to pluck those two together. Okay, and the last one has a new technique. It's called a hammer-on, where we're going to take our second finger and slam down on the second string, 5th fret, but not on the first string. So it's not flat. It's going to be straight down on that one. So you'll pluck this twice and slam that down. The last weird thing is all these happen right after count 4, so they land at the end on count 1. So it's a little tricky, but you listen to the song, it makes it easier. So all sound like this: 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4. And you just repeat.